Hey guys, I'm back with another dream. Actually, I had this dream back in 2018, and I wasn't going to share it, but I was listening to this one sister in Christ. Her channel's name is Christina, Child of God. I was listening to her video where she talks about her husband, herself, her daughter, and her son all had dreams and visions of World War III. Um, and as I was listening, right in the middle of her video, this particular dream that I had in 2018 just popped up in my mind. And I didn't know where it came from, but I remember earlier today I asked the Lord, should I share that dream, because it actually was a good dream. Should I share that dream because it honestly it, it's not even, it had nothing to do with what Christina was sharing in her video. So I didn't know where that came from. So I was asking the Lord if I should share that. And then just as I was pondering on it, she had mentioned her son having a dream about him, I believe, getting stabbed, but he did not feel a thing. And this little boy, he loves Jesus, and in the dream, I guess because of his faith, um, he just did not get hurt. He did not feel anything. He did not feel pain. So as he said that, as I listened to that part of her video, I said, okay, well, maybe the Lord wanted me to share this particular dream of mine, because now that was similar to what I had. Um, the dream that her son had was actually similar to my dream. So I'll link her video in the description box, just so you guys can check it out. So my dream, this I had this dream in February of 2018. Um, so I'm gonna be reading out of my notes. So I apologize if I pause every now and then. But I was at work, and but my office is not where it's it currently is. It's, for some reason, it's in a mall. It's in one of those office places, and there were other businesses in this mall too. So I remember the whole building being on lockdown, since there were several gunmen who had just taken over some of the offices. They were going from one office space to another and just killing people. So all of the entire my entire office, we were just waiting, and we were just helpless. We had locked everything, but of course we didn't know if they were gonna find a way to get inside, and we were just cowering in fear. But of course, two or three gunmen with rifles entered our office. Um, what they would do is they would pick like four or five people and then line them up, have them sit on stools, and then just execute them. And that's what they did. So the first batch, that's what they did. And I guess the second batch I was part of. And just before just before I stood up, I heard a man's voice say right next to my ears, more of a whisper. I heard him say, "You will see me today." And I just knew that that was Jesus whispering in my ear. Um, so I got up, still frightened, but I got up and I sat on one of the stools. Um, and then next thing I knew, I was blindfolded, um, and they tied my hands behind my back. So when they started doing that, and then when they blindfolded me, I started to panic. Um, then again, I heard, well, no, before I heard his voice, I felt his hands grip my shoulders from behind. I didn't see him. I don't see Jesus' face in this dream, but I knew it was him. He gripped my shoulders from behind, and then he said again in my left ear, he said, "Don't be afraid. You won't feel." Sorry, uh, I lost my line. Don't be afraid. You won't feel a thing. Before the bullets can touch your body, I will take your spirit out. And when I heard that, I very calmly answered, "Okay." Um, so I heard one of the gunmen stand in front of me and ask any last words. And I just said, "Jesus." That's all I said, "Jesus." And next thing I knew, I just felt a blow to my face, and it actually knocked me off the stool. But before I hit the floor, same hands from behind caught me and gently set me back onto the stool. Um, so of course we were all blindfolded, and then next thing I know, um, it they started they started shouting, and then started, I guess, preparing their rifles. Just the noise, and it caused everybody to panic, caused me to panic. But then again, I heard Jesus's voice next to my ear, and I don't remember what he was saying this time, but he just started talking and speaking, and his voice was no longer a whisper. His voice started getting louder and louder. It was like he was trying to drown um, the voices of the gunmen, and he was trying to just drown out all the noise from the shouts from my coworkers and everything. So he was just really in my ear. He was just talking, and just his voice got really loud. It was like he wanted to make sure that I heard his voice alone and nobody else's. So, and that's what happened. I Everything just faded away, and all I heard was his voice. Um, but then all of a sudden, I just heard gunshots. I just heard gunshots, and as soon as I heard them, I felt my spirit get yanked out of my body. I didn't even feel the bullets. Jesus said that the bullets are gonna touch my body, but I'm gonna, I'm not. Actually, no. I'm sorry. I take that back. He said before the bullets touched my body, he was gonna yank my spirit out. So that's exactly what happened. I didn't feel anything. I didn't feel the bullets. I remember the dream. My spirit just got separated from my body, and next thing I knew, I was up in the air looking down at everybody, and then the dream ended there. I woke up, and I remember waking up, and I knew that I had died in a dream, but I just felt so happy because I knew Jesus protected me. It was Jesus's voice that I heard. Even though I didn't see him, I knew he was there. I knew that was him. And that really encouraged me. And I believe he wanted me to share this because he just wants to make sure. I guess what I'm trying to say is he wants to see our hearts, to see our willingness to die for him, to suffer for him, to lay down our lives for him. He I guess he that's all he wants to see, that our willingness to do this. And once he sees that, he's going to protect us. We're not going to feel it. And I just that's what I got out of my dream, and that's what I got out of that little boy's dream as well. So I may be wrong, but it he just reminded me of this dream. It was more than a year ago, but he reminded me of this dream, and I believe he confirmed it with this little boy's dream. So I hope this encourages you. It surely did encourage me, and it still does. I think this is one of my favorite dreams of Jesus. Even though I die in the dream, it was exciting. So I hope you guys have a good night. It is nighttime now. Um, and have a blessed, blessed weekend. I hope to see you all really soon.